Yes. Good evening, everybody, once again. You are welcome to another edition of our class on FBA 120. FBA 120, which is a calculus for business students. In the last class, we focused on polynomial. Now, before we go to the differentiation of polynomial, we should know what polynomial is. So we define polynomial, we look at degree of polynomial, we look at the coefficients of each term of polynomial. Then from there, we now move to addition and subtraction of polynomial. So we move to addition and subtraction of polynomial. So for revision's sake, I have f of x equals 4x raised to power 5 plus 8x squared minus 17, 8x raised to power 4 minus 17x cubed plus 9, for instance. What is the degree of this polynomial? The chat room. Okay, I should use black marker. Let me write. F of x equals to 4x raised to power 5 plus 8x raised to power 4 minus 17x raised to power 3 plus 9. What is the degree of this polynomial? 5, thank you. Abiola, thank you. Godwin, thank you. A lot of people get that one right. So that means that learning has taken place from the last class. So if you have done that, what is the coefficient of x raised to power 5? Let me start with that. What is the coefficient of x raised to power 5, please? The coefficient of x raised to power 5. 4. 4. 4, 4, thank you. So what's that of x raised to power 3? What's the coefficient of x raised to power 3? Yes, I know. I said I'll give mark. We are still reviewing the how will I put it? What we did in the last class. Of course, the coefficient is minus 17. In fact, I am impressed with your class. And what is the constant term in this polynomial? What is the constant term? The constant term in this polynomial. The constant term is 9. The constant term in this polynomial is 9. Thank you very much for the understanding of the definition, the degree, the coefficient of polynomial. I am really impressed. So let's now go to addition. Let's review addition and subtraction of polynomial like we did in the last class. Now, under addition, we said we add coefficients of the same power. And if you are subtracting, subtract coefficients of the same power. That is exactly what we discussed in the last class. That the like power, we try as much as possible to look at their coefficients. We had, as the case may be, if we are adding, then we subtract if we are to subtract. Let me take 1, 2, 3 questions under that. After that, I will now go to the what will I put it? I will start today's course in full. Suppose we have P1 of x as 3x cubed plus 7x squared minus 8x minus 15. And I have P2 of x as minus 2x cubed minus or plus 5x squared minus 13x plus 10. How do we add this together? To add this, what we do is to look at the same power. There's s cubed in the first one, there is s cubed in the second one. What is the coefficient of P1? Yes, the room chat room should do that. The coefficient of P1, 3. The coefficient of P1 is 3. What's the coefficient of P2? Of s cubed in P2. The coefficient of s cubed in P2. No, hold on. Let me quickly call this person. Let me go up. Let me go up a bit. Godwin Peace Anu, can you raise your hand? Godwin Peace Anu, raise your hand. Oluwa Demilade also should raise his or her hand. Anu, kindly raise your hand. Also, Demilade, kindly raise your hand. There's need for me to ask question. Demilade, please raise your hand. Godwin, kindly unmute yourself, please.
My apologies. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you? What are you apologizing for?
Fine, sir. My apologies. I was having issue with this -2, sir.
Okay, it is -2.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, very sure, sir.
Very sure. How many percent assurance?
1000% assurance, sir.
Okay, that is good. So you have cleared my doubt.
Thank you, sir.
So for the coefficient of s cubed in polynomial 2, we must take along the sign of the number before the variable. That is coefficient. For instance, coefficient of x here is -8. Coefficient of x here is -13. Some people are telling me that this is their first time attending this class. Let me quickly say this. One, if you missed my class, I said it last year, meet others, ask them what they have done. And this year I've come with another method. The video of the last class was sent to your group. It is expected that you have watched that video. In today's class, you raise concern that, sir, I was not in last class. I watched the video. I did not understand this. I did not understand this. Then I cannot explain. So I don't want a situation where those that are attending for the first time will drag us back. My apology if I cannot go back beyond what I'm doing now. I'm very, very sorry. Today's video also, within 72 hours, you receive the video for today's class. Thank you for your kind understanding. Now, P1 plus P2 will now be 3 plus -2. Then I have s cubed plus 5 plus 7 x squared plus the coefficient of x -8. The coefficient of x here -13. X plus the constant term here -15 plus 10. Plus times minus is minus. 3 minus 2 is 1. Then I have 1 multiplied by s cubed plus 5 plus 7 is 12. Multiplied by x squared. Minus 8 minus 13 gives minus 21. Give minus 21 x, then minus 15 plus 10 gives minus 5. So final results. One as a coefficient, we don't normally write it, but I deliberately put it here so that you know that 3 minus 2 give us 1. So 1 times s cubed is s cubed plus 12x squared minus 21x minus 5. That is the addition of these two. Let me give further example that will not look like what we have on the board now. Let me give another example. Okay. Chime, thank you for your kind understanding. You may wish to contact me after the class, please. That is a Pacheline Chime, please. You may wish to contact me after the class. I will attend to you. Thank you. So let's take another question. I hope we have all written what we have here. I'm trying to wait. That's why I've not gone to the board to write anything. Okay, let me now take another question under polynomial. Now, the polynomial I have here, I have P1 equals x raised to the power 4 minus 2s cubed minus 8x plus 16. I have P2 equals x raised to the power 4 minus 3x squared minus 4. Find P1 plus P2. Find P1 plus P2. How do we calculate P1 plus P2? Let me quickly say this. The first thing you need to observe is that you check the power. This is power 4, followed by 3, followed by 1, they're constant. In P1, is there any power that is missing? If yes, what is the power? Is there any power that is missing? Thomas, kindly unmute yourself, please. Thomas?
Power 3.
Yes. Power what?
Power 3.
Power 3,
sir.
look at it very well. P1, you have power 4, you have power 3,
Yes, sir.
you have power 1, then 16.
1.
Is there any power that is missing?
Yes, power 3 is missing.
Are you sure?
You mean in the first one, we have power
Yes.
4, power 3, Okay, power 2.
Power 2 is missing. Thank
Power
you.
2 is missing, sir.
Power 2 is missing in the first one.
Yes, sir.
We must create it. That's the law now. The missing power must be created. How do we create that power? I will show it. Then in second one, do we have any power that is missing?
Yes, power 3 is missing, sir.
Power 3 is missing. Outside power 3, any other one?
Then power 1.
Power 1 is also missing.
Yes,
3
sir.
and 1 are missing. Thank you so much. Lot of responses from the chat. I appreciate that. Lot of responses from the chat. So thank you all for that. It is appreciated. So let's now create the power that is missing. In order to create the power that is missing, what you are going to do is to introduce 0. Introduce 0 to that column. How do I mean? Solution. My P1 can now be written as x raised to the power 4 minus 2s cubed. The power that's supposed to follow this should be x squared. I will now write it as 0x squared. Then minus 8x plus 16. For the second one, P2. I am lost, I'm swear, divine Ikeji. Divine Ikeji, raise your hand. Oluwatimileyin, kindly unmute yourself. While Divine Ikeji should raise a hand. Oluwatimileyin, just hold on. Not only Divine Ikeji that I have there, I'm coming. I'm coming. Then Ajoke Ade also should raise hand, please. So those ones should raise their hand while I call. Now, Oluwatimileyin, please go ahead. Oluwatimileyin, are you there? Oluwatimileyin, not there. Okay, Ajoke Ade, please. You said you are not following. What happened, please? Ajoke Ade, kindly unmute yourself, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, yes.
Actually, I was not in the last class, but also while writing the note and trying to go through it, I still did not get it. So asking question now is kind of a little bit difficult for me. And I apologize for that, sir, if I'm trying to take you back.
Apology accepted. I will communicate through your class rep on what to do with your first class.
All right, thank you,
Please
sir.
I want to appeal passionately that you know experience from the previous year that if you miss my class, it is as if you've missed it for 1 month because of the volume of explanation that will have been done. But nonetheless, the apology is accepted, and I will tell the class rep exactly what we are going to do.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Olama, please unmute yourself.
Okay, sir. Does it mean that when we are trying to create a particular power that we are using addition, as we are using plus sign?
Yes, you must use plus sign.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You are welcome. You must use plus sign. Thank you.
All right, sir.
Benson Paul, kindly unmute yourself.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
No, actually, all of them actually said what I wanted to say.
Okay,
I wanted to ask, why is the positive sign? Is it not? Why is it always being positive?
Positive.
Like, is there no negative sign attached to
it? It must be positive because if you look at the general formula, so the general representation of polynomial definition, we use positive throughout. It is multiplication by negative that changes this to negative. So
okay, sir.
Take note of that. So then, still on Benson now, Paul, you are the last person that Benson has gone away. He has run away. Let me take Olama and I will ask my question. Olama, kindly unmute yourself.
Sorry, I'm coming back again.
No problem.
So does it mean that for whatever power that we do not have, that we have to create it?
Yes, you must create it.
Okay.
At
Does
your
it mean that
level,
for this
yes.
8x, does it mean we also have to create a 0x?
For which 8x?
For the P1, you know we have 8x. Does it mean that for the P2, we have to also create a plus 0x?
Yes. Oh, yeah, Oloman, kindly guide me with what I write for P2. Let's start. Let's
Okay, sir.
start. Yes.
Okay. X raised to power 4
Yes.
plus 0x raised to power 3
Correct.
minus 3x squared
Correct.
plus 0x
Correct.
minus 4.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Let me clap for you. 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 Thank you so much for that brilliant explanation. So
Thank you, sir.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Ayo, Ayode, kindly unmute yourself, please.
Hello, sir.
Hello, yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Question now is, how did we come about this plus and minus of a thing? And no, sir, I don't know it, so that's what I'm asking, sir. In the first we have x raised to power 4 minus 2x raised to power 3 minus 8x plus. Oh, sorry, the screen is gone, sir.
No problem. I will do that. Continue. Plus,
Okay, plus 16, right? Why the second one is x raised to power 4 minus 3x raised to power 2 and minus 4. So
yes,
we are to plus the two together.
yes.
So now I'm confused in creating another figures here, sir.
Okay, look at it. Remember, after x4 comes x cubed, the next one should have been x squared.
X squared.
The next one
Yes.
should have been x and constant.
X.
Do you agree?
Yes, constant, yes.
Do you
Yes,
agree?
I agree with that, sir.
This should have been, but this is not
Yes, sir.
represented in the question.
Okay.
For us to make it simpler for ourselves, as a beginner, we must create.
Yes, sir.
So now create it, I use 0 to multiply it. Is 0 multiplied by any
Okay.
number? Does it have any effect?
No, it's 0
It does
back.
not have, so is 0x squared here is just a dummy.
It's 0.
It does not have any
Yes.
effect.
Okay,
It
sir.
has no effect whatsoever. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So that it is easy for me to see that there is x squared here, there is x squared here. I will add
Yes.
0 and minus 3 together. It is easy for me to
Yes.
see that there is x cubed here, there is x cubed here. I will write, I will
Yes.
add
Minus 2 plus 0,
It's
yes.
easy for me to see that there's an x here, there's an x here. Minus 8 is 0,
Yes.
and add them together or subtract as the case may be.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it.
Chizoba Joy. Kindly unmute yourself, please. Chizoba Joy.
Good evening.
Good
Sir,
evening.
good evening, sir.
Good evening, yes.
So I want to ask, this last digit, is it compulsory that it must not have raised to power?
If we have what?
Like the last digit, I noticed that this 16 and 4 is not having any raised to
Yes.
power something.
Yes.
Must always
Yes.
be naked like that, sir.
Yes, there's something like that. A constant term normally ends polynomial, although it is not compulsory it should be there. But if the question has given us, then we leave it there. That now takes us to law of indices. Look at this. X raised to power 4, x raised to power 3. Are you still with me, Joy?
Yes, I am, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
what is the next one? X raised to power 4, x raised to power 3. The next one should be what? Joy?
Sir, I'm home.
X raised to power 2. You see that the power is decreasing. 4, 3, 2. The next one should be x raised to power what?
power 1.
The last one
1.
should be x raised to power what?
X raised to power 0.
Now, in the law of indices, x raised to power 0 is what?
Is
Joy?
1.
X raised to power 0 is what?
1.
1, thank you. That is why the last time we not carry any power, it remain constant.
Okay, sir.
Yes, that's
Thank you.
why we don't put any x there, because whatever x you want to put will be raised to power is 0, and that will give us
0.
So that is, we don't have to put it at all. Can I proceed now? So let us continue the class so that all of us will be on the same page. Now we can now add together. How do we add? P1 plus P2 equals the coefficient of raised to the power 4 here, 1. Coefficient here also is 1. I have 1 plus 1, x raised to the power 4, plus the coefficient of s cube here is minus 2. Minus 2 plus the coefficient of s cube here is 0. Is 0 s cube plus, for x squared, the coefficient here is 0. The coefficient of s squared here is minus 3. I have 0 plus or minus 3 straight away, s squared plus x is here, x is here. The coefficient of x here is minus 8. Minus 8 plus 0. And the last term, we have plus 16 minus 4. I can now add 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 gives 2. Then x raised to the power 4. Minus 2 plus 0 gives minus 2. Minus 2 times this plus will give us, okay, let me first of all write it this way. Minus 2 x cubed plus is 0 minus 3 will give us minus 3 x squared plus, I have omitted x here. Minus 8 plus 0 will give us minus 8x, and then 16 minus 4 will give us 12. Final results. 2x raised to the power 4 plus times minus. Yes, the sharp O. Just hold on before you respond. 26 messages from me here. Let me quickly read through. Okay, I will increase the font of my handwriting. I will do that. Somebody write one epistle here. Let me quickly look for that. Stop writing first, listen, then, okay. Explain, listen to the later, you can download the video and write. Listen and writing at the same time will make you lose my opinion. Oh, I share the same opinion with you. Since the video will be available, I will suggest, if you know you cannot combine writing and listening together, pay attention seriously, follow the class, respond to questions at your leisure time. When the video is sent, jot down the note that you want to jot. See, this is not physical class that cannot be recorded. Thank you. Lot of responses that come here. Plus times minus is minus. Then I have minus 2x cubed. Plus times minus is minus. Minus 3x squared. Plus times minus is minus. Minus 8x, then plus 12. That is the final result. That's our final result. Copy what you have down if you want to copy. We are treating polynomial. Someone is asking for the topic. So the topic of this course is polynomial. So we are treating polynomial. And kindly note that polynomial as a topic to be treated is not part of the scheme. we have to differentiate polynomial. But I deliberately pick it so that you know what polynomial is, how it's represented, how can we add and subtract. I will increase the fonts. I'm sorry about that. I will increase it. How do we add? How do we subtract? I will move beyond addition and subtraction so that when we get to application, there may be some application that you don't necessarily differentiate first before you apply. You understand this concept, why it has to be added, why it has to be subtracted. So today, I will now differentiate polynomial. In fact, I will not stress you too much. How do we differentiate polynomial? That will be the next thing we are going to look at. I don't know this. Please, let me say this again. Let me say this again. That always write your name whenever you are using your gadget. Like this person now, I don't know how to call him. IZRLUDCC, and you want to ask question. How do you want me to call your name? However, since you have raised your hand, kindly unmute yourself. Tell us what your name is. So check your gadget. You have seen that I have asked you to unmute yourself, please. I have asked somebody to unmute. So kindly unmute yourself, please. Next time, if you don't write with your name, you don't write your name and you raise your hand, I won't call you. Ariyo, Ayuade, kindly unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. The question I want to ask now is that does multiplication of addition and subtraction applies to this? In a sense, we actually have minus times plus here. What about if you have minus times minus, which is also plus? Does it apply to this polynomial?
Suppose we have to subtract.
Yeah.
It's applicable. In fact,
Okay.
let me maintain this question. Let me now change the question to P1 minus P2.
Okay.
Please.
So we'll be able to differentiate that very well.
P1 minus P2, so that I will explain.
Okay,
P1
sir.
minus P2. Let me explain that, then we'll now take the calculus.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You are welcome. Now let me rub off this side of the board. So let me take P1 minus P2 using what I have. Of course, the same explanation still goes here. We create what is missing in terms of the polynomial. S squared is missing, we have created it. Here, S cube is missing, we have created it. X is also missing, we have created it. So we want P1 minus P2. The coefficient of x raised to the power 4 here is 1. I have 1 minus, you now see, because it's a subtraction, I'm using minus inside the brackets. Then P2, the coefficient here is 1. X raised to the power 4. Now, quickly note this, that for polynomial generally, except sign changes what we have, the sign here must always be plus. Take note of that. The sign here must always be plus. The sign you are operating upon will always show in the brackets. 1 minus 1. Then plus the coefficient of S cube here is minus 2. Minus 2 minus, because we are subtracting, the coefficient of S cube here is 0. Is 0. X raised to the power 3. Someone raises hand. Esther, kindly unmute yourself, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sorry, sir. For P1 plus P2, we have x raised to the power 4 minus 2x raised to the power 3 plus 0 raised to power 2, is it supposed to still be plus 0 raised to power 2 or minus?
It will be plus. It must always be plus. Let me take you back to definition of polynomial. When we define polynomial x, we say it is a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared plus we continue. All these signs are plus. That is the default sign for the definition of polynomial. It is this default sign that I use here, not the sign of the question. I hope you are following, Esther.
Okay, sir.
It is the default sign.
Yes, sir.
And it is also that default sign. Esther, don't go yet, please. It is the same default sign that you use here. The sign of the problem is inside the brackets. While the default sign will continue outside the brackets. Except the sign of the question now changes the default sign to negative. It must retain positive.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
You are welcome. So let me proceed. Plus, we'll also move to x squared. The coefficient of x squared here is 0. Minus, that's the sign of the problem. The coefficient of x squared here is minus 3. I have minus 3. X squared. The next one, plus the coefficient of x, minus 8. The sign of the problem is minus. I have minus. And, sorry. I have minus 0. Then x. Plus, I have 16 as a constant. The sign of the problem is minus. I have minus. Then I have minus 4. I have completed what I need to do. Let's now move on. 1 minus 1 is 0. Then x raised to power 4. Minus 2 minus 0 is minus 2. Plus minus 2, x raised to power 3. Plus is 0, minus times minus, plus 3. X raised to power 2. Plus minus 8 minus 0. Minus 8, then multiply by x. Plus 16. Minus times minus gives plus, then 4. Let's now take the final result. Now, I want us to pay a serious attention to the final result now. Okay, what does it mean by default sign? Thank you, I will respond to that. But before responding, Deborah, kindly unmute yourself, please.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, I don't understand that the one in bracket minus 8 minus 0. I thought minus times minus would give you plus sign.
Minus
so I don't know why
okay.
you minus 8 minus 0. So I'm wondering why you put minus 8 again.
Don't go out here. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Minus 8. Let me put this way: 0 minus 8. Then minus 8 minus 1. Let me create as many as I can create here. Minus 8 into minus, and let me use minus 2 here. Now, quickly note this, that because this is enclosed in brackets, the sign between this point and this point is multiplication. That is why it is minus times minus. And that becomes 20. That's number 1. Do we have any brackets enclosed here? Any brackets enclosed? No.
No.
Now, let me now ask as a business person, since you are also in business class. -8 in business, what does it mean?
Like a credit.
A credit, thank you. -2, what does it mean?
Also a credit.
A credit. So how many credits?
So that's -10.
That's -10. That's what happened here. There's no bracket between the two of them. In our accounting concepts, by the time we are posting and there is deficit, we must put either in brackets to represent deficit, or sometimes some people put minus. But majorly, if I'm not saying the right thing, please tell me in accounting. If there's deficit, we put it in brackets to show that what you have there is not positive or negative.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Same apply in mathematics also. Now look at this. -8, -2. Did you see that there's brackets and close? This becomes multiplication. Minus times minus.
That's +10. That's
Plus,
10.
Then 8 times 2.
That's 10.
8 times 2.
8 times 2, that's 16.
16. Thank you. However, if I have it as 8 minus 2, minus times minus here turns positive. 8 plus 2 becomes what? Becomes
16.
10. And that is how we manage subtraction in mathematics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Oluwatimileyin, kindly unmute yourself. Oluwatimileyin, I am with you. Kindly unmute yourself. Oluwatimileyin. Possibly. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, you are on. You are on.
And my question now is on. I can hear you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Okay, now in this case, I have -8 -0. So from your own answer here, you are right into brackets -8m. So this is supposed to be -8 -0 supposed to be +10. So
Now,
+8.
No. It will be -8. Let me go back to that. Let me rub off my explanations here again. Don't go yet, Oluwatimileyin. Don't go yet, please. -8 -0. Accounting concept or business concept. -8 means deficit of 8. How we are following? -0 means deficit of 0. What is now the total deficit? That's what we are asking the A. However, if I have taken it as 8 minus -0, this will have become minus times minus here, which becomes +0. That's when the answer will now becomes 8. The position of your negative matters. I hope you are following. Oluwatimileyin.
Yes, I'm still with you, sir.
Yeah. So the position here, because there's a bracket here, there's a multiplication between the two of them. There's no bracket here. We are taking them like addition. Only that we are talking about deficit here. I owe a particular company $8 or 8 naira. The second company, I claim not to have owned them, but they are saying that I am owing. Okay, what am I owing? They are yet to resolve. Yes, I am owing, but since they have not resolved, it is still 0 for me. And that is what we are looking at here. -8 minus 0. And that gives us -8. That I'm still owing until there's a resolution. That yes, we have now confirmed that we are owing something. That is where -8 minus, there will not be another number here outside 0. But as it stands here, a deficit of 8, a deficit of 0, total deficit is 8. Thank you for
Thank you
asking.
so much.
Thank you all for asking those questions. I really appreciate. Okay, this is it. Now, I said you should pay attention here to what my final answer will look like. The coefficient here is 0. And like I said earlier on, a 0 there has no implication. Relationship between any number and a 0 is just like relationship between egg and rock. If the rock is annoyed, egg will suffer if they fight. If egg is annoyed and fight with rock, egg will still suffer. So a 0 multiplied by any number is 0. So that means that x raised to the power 4 will no longer exist in our final result. Because a 0 multiplied by this is 0. Let me write it. Is 0 first. Plus times minus is minus. Minus 2x cubed is 0 plus 3 is 3. Plus 3x squared plus times minus minus 8x 16 plus 4 20 is 0 minus 2 will give us minus 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 8x plus 20. Final result. Sorry. Is 0 minus what I have there will give us minus 2 plus 3x squared that we have here minus 8x plus 20. And that becomes the final answer. Is bracket the same as modulo sign? No, they are not the same. And if this course takes us to modulus, I will explain. But as we stand, don't let me deviate too much from the class. I hope you understand my position. Emmanuel, I want to believe you understand that position. However, if you need private answer, you can contact me after the class, please. Olasoji Abiola, kindly unmute yourself.
Sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, please, if I may ask, can you please explain the second to the last answer?
The second to the last step.
Yes.
Don't go yet, so.
No. What I mean is that before the final answer, can you please explain that line?
This line?
Yes. Yes, sir, yes.
This line follows from here. So I will have to go back to this line to explain this. Now, don't go yet, please. Is 0 multiplied by 2? Olasoji? Oh, Olasoji has gone. I need response. Olasoji, please.
Sir, can you hear you now?
Yes. Is 0 multiplied by 2?
Is 0 multiplied by 2 is 0.
Is 0 multiplied by 8?
Is 0, sir.
Is 0 multiplied by let me pick March. Is 0 multiplied by March?
Is 0, sir, because the law said that anything multiplied by 0 is 0.
Almighty God will bless you. Now look at
Amen,
this.
sir.
What we have here is 0 multiplied by x raised to the power 4. What is the answer?
I can't hear you, sir. Hello?
What?
Sir, please, can you recap?
Is 0 multiplied by x raised to the power 4?
Sir, please. Bad, yeah. Is that multiplied by what, sir?
By x raised to power 4.
Is that multiplied by x raised to power 4?
You just told me the law. What does it?
Sir?
Can you repeat the rule?
I'm having a network issue.
Network issue. Yay. Sorry. Anyway, let me answer the question. If 0 multiplied by any number is 0. If 0 multiplied by x raised to power 4 is 0. That's what we get here. Plus times minus is minus. That's why this becomes minus. Is 0 plus 3 is 3. So there's nothing that will change this positive. That's why you retain it. Plus times minus is minus. So that's why you have this one to become minus. 16 plus 4 is 20. There is nothing that will change this sign. That's why we have it this way. So that explains how I got that step. Ario, kindly unmute yourself, please. Ario.
Yes. The question I want to ask is being answered. So
Has been answered.
thank you.
You're
Yes, sir.
welcome. And thank you for not wasting the time also. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir.
Joy, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I want to ask this the final answer. Can we still go further, or this is where we are supposed to leave it?
This is the way we are going to leave it. We need not
Or
move
to
further
discuss
again.
go further, is it possible to go further?
No, it's
Or
not.
is
It is not possible. We have
Okay, sir.
completed the work.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You are welcome. Benson, Paul. Paul, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
And sorry, actually, when you were talking, you were giving example, you were giving lessons to someone. I got my own answer as 0 raised to power 4. But I know I've gotten clear understanding of what that 0 times anything is equals to 0. That's why I left it at 0. But I want to ask in a scenario whereby that 0 is having a 1, maybe it's 1 raised to power 4, 1x raised to power 4. How are we going to go about it?
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. 1x raised to power 4. 1x raised to power 4. You are going to just like what we have here. Let me. I hope Benson is still there. Benson, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Where can I rub off? Let's rub off this space. Let's come back here. I have 0 plus 3. That is 3. X squared. This is 3 times x squared. And it is 3x squared. Since we don't know what this one represents, we just write it together. That's the way we represent in mathematics. However, suppose my x squared is 3 times 2. I know this one directly from basic arithmetic that the answer is 6. But because we don't know the exact value of x squared, this becomes 3 times x squared, 3x squared. We just write it that way. If it is 1 multiplied by anything is that thing. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 17 is 17. That is why here, this is supposed to be 1 times x raised to power 4. But because it is 1, we don't normally write that coefficient to represent it. We just leave it as x raised to power 4. If I write a now, the coefficient of a here is 1. While we're in secondary school, our teacher will tell us invisible 1. No, it is feasible. But the rule says that 1 times a number will give us that number. That is why 1 times a is a. And that is why also 1 times 15 is 15. It does not change.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Godwin, kindly unmute yourself, Godwin, please. Godwin, please, kindly unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. One of my questions is already answered, but the second question I have, sir, is that I noticed in P plus P1 plus P2, in creating the missing power, we use addition signs until the power is created.
Yes.
So in P1 minus P2 now, are we using the same multiplication sign or, I mean, addition signs or?
Yes, we are using the same addition sign. And thank you for this question. I have promised that I will, somebody asked that, what do I mean by default sign? The default sign for the terms of polynomial is addition, please. That's what I mean by default. So if I want to create polynomial, I say that A0 plus is a default sign. A1x plus is a default sign. If anything is missing, any term is missing, I must use the default sign to create it. And if I want to subtract my subtraction, the sign I am working with is within the bracket. While the default sign addition will stay outside the bracket. And that's why you have this place to be plus, 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 plus. While the sign we are working with minus is within the bracket. Minus, 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 minus. So have I answered the question, Godwin?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Omawumi Ogagbade. Madam Ogagbade, how are you?
Sir, very well, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yes, I'm listening.
Yes, I don't know how you create the power. I don't understand that part.
This part?
Yeah. Yes, right from the upper one, how you now create it from the one you are pointing. I don't understand.
Okay, don't go yet. Don't leave yet. I wasn't the one that created this. The question give us that. I don't know.
How did you create that?
Hold on. I don't know where the examiner saw that, but he has given it to me to work with.
Okay.
I hope you are following. Just some of us that are working in auditing firm, the receipts they brought to your table, the voucher they brought to your table, you don't know where the company got them.
Yes.
The company has given you this. Okay, you work with them. I don't know whether it's logical.
Yes,
That is why, as far as this course is concerned, I will keep using the language of your field. Anywhere what I say is different from what you know in the field, please call my attention. All of us learn. I am a mathematician. I know a bit of business, but I'm not a, how would I put it? I'm not a professional person in that area. So I cannot claim to have known it better than you. You know that. You know what it is. However, I just want to tell you that this is mathematics of what you know. Now, like I have explained now that for an auditor, the voucher, the receipt, all other statements of account that are brought, you don't know where they brought them. But that's what you want to work with.
Okay.
Now, by the time you are now working, you detect that there's a foul play somewhere. You know, you must take your own record that this is a foul play. How can this be? The same thing happens here. That by the default law, I have x raised to power 4. The next one that should follow it should be x raised to power 3. The next one that follow it should be x raised to power 2. Followed by ordinary x. This is not here. They're constant. But looking at this as an auditor, I found that there's a foul play. There's no x squared here. Where is it going to? Where has it gone to? Then I must create it. At least guide me on what to do. Now I have created it. In mathematics, we normally create it with 0. Zero times x squared has no effect.
Okay.
That is how this 0 got here. The same thing happens here. There is x cubed. The next one that's supposed to follow it should be, sorry, there is x raised to power 4. The next that's supposed to follow it should be x cubed. We don't have it. There's a power
Okay.
play. Then I
Yes.
create it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Also, I move further, I have x squared, but there's no x. I create it again.
Okay, sir.
So that
Okay,
it will
sir.
be much easier for me to handle. And that
You're
is
welcome. Okay,
that's
sir.
what
Thank
we
you,
do.
sir.
You are welcome.
Thank
You are welcome.
you.
Is x raised to the power DIS? Yes. Is there something like x raised to the power 5? Yes. Or x raised to the power 6? Yes. It depends on how the question comes. Deborah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Everybody should read Deborah post now and my response to it. Deborah asked, is x raised to the power the highest power here? Of course, yes. X to the power 4 is the highest as far as this question is concerned. She now moved further that, can we have x raised to the power 5? I said yes. Can we have x raised to the power 6? In fact, we can have x raised to the power 100, x raised to the power 1000. However, for classroom work, I may not exceed a particular power. And the way it's going to be examined, I will tell you that for your examination, I will not move beyond power 4, I will not move beyond power 5, so that you will not unnecessarily disturb yourself. But let that time come first. Emmanuel, kindly unmute yourself, Emmanuel.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Oh.
Sir, please, I want to ask a question.
Question, go ahead, please.
On the answer we got, what if we leave it on 0 minus 2x raised to power 3 and the rest? Is it correct?
It's correct. I'll mark it. But it does not make it beautiful. We want our answer to be beautiful. Do you understand me? I can leave my answer.
Yes, sir.
I can leave my answer as permit me to write it here. I can leave my answer as 0x raised to power 4 minus 2x raised to power 3 plus 3x raised to power 2 minus 8x plus 20. I can leave my answer this way. I can leave the answer in this form. I can leave the answer in this form. But the last form make it more beautiful and more presentable. Like those that are aesthetic in nature, we see that make what you want to give him presentable.
Okay,
So,
sir.
all our packaging, permit me to use broken there, pidgin English. All this one are packaging. So
Okay, sir.
if I purchase a 10 naira item and I package 10 naira item very well, then it can turn out to be 1,000.
Okay,
and
sir.
that's what don't let me mention names. Those that are selling clothes for us, that's what some of them are doing. Almighty God will forgive all of us. Okay, Deborah, kindly unmute yourself, please. And I will want to introduce calculus tonight. Deborah,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. So I wanted to ask, during exam, is it possible to, is it a must be like write our answers step by step, or we can just go straight to the answer? Like
It
to the
depends
final
on how
answer?
it depends on how your exam is going to be given. By the NUC regulation on the ODL, year 1, year 2 exam will be objective. So I still strongly believe that your exam is going to be objective. So, like I did in the last, in the previous course I took, in the class we try to show everything. Then preparing for exam, I told you how to approach questions.
Okay.
That if this question comes this way, instead of showing long step, you don't have that time. We are going to give you maybe 35 questions for 30 minutes. So you are solving a particular question less than 1 minute. Then all this approach may not necessarily be. Let that time. Okay. The first thing is understand the concept first before we start looking at shortcuts.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
you're welcome. All of you that raise hand now, I have called all of you before, so I will not call now. So lower your hand, please, so that I can start the calculus. Now, the calculus of this, before I give the formula, I will take illustration. After illustration, we cannot give the formula. I don't want to bother you too much with so many formula so that you will not run away from me and you will not run away from this course. Let me take a very simple example. Let me start with 2x raised to power 4. Let me assume that this is my y. I want to differentiate this. I want to, let me do it this way. What is the coefficient in this representation? What is the coefficient? The chat room? No, I did not say the y there. So the coefficient. The coefficient is 2. What is the power? What's the power? 4. Now the rule says that to differentiate, you have the y over the x equals to power multiplied by coefficient. Power multiplied by coefficient, then x raised to power minus, let me write it. Let me write minus 1. That is what we want to be doing in polynomial. Power, recognize your power. In this context, my power is 4. Multiply the coefficient by the power. You write your x, you now go back to the power. Subtract 1 from the power. Whatever you get becomes your final answer. So if you know the final answer, kindly raise your hand. Raise your hand. 1, only one person. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see more hands up. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. Don't type answer. I want to count the number of hands I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now I will unmute all of us now. Before I do that, if there is noise around your area, particularly those of us that are still in bus, please don't unmute yourself. Don't. So that we will not have much noise. So I want a chorus answer in this context. 21 hands are up. So I want chorus answer in this context. Okay. Everybody kindly unmute yourself. Everybody unmute yourself and ensure there is no background. Kindly unmute yourself, everybody. Everybody can unmute now.
We can't unmute.
You can unmute now. You can do that now. So, with what we have, why the chorus answer, please. What are we going to do?
8 multiplied by 4.
8.
4 times 2.
4 minus 1, 3.
X raised by what?
Bracket x.
8x
Divided by 2, close the bracket.
So that's what we want to read.
4 minus 1.
3. The final answer is 8x.
X raised to the power 3. Thank you so much.
I don't understand.
You do not understand. Don't tell me that. Oh. Now, those of us that raise hand, can we put our hands down, please? Everybody, please put your hands down, please. Put your hands down, put your hands down. Thank you so much. I know that when you hear that this course is calculus, some of us, our heartbeat has increased. In fact, some people have been using drug that, hey, calculus, they say that it is very, it's very, who is the person that is laughing? I'm coming, let me see the person. Oluwatimileyin, why are you laughing? Oh no, I was literally laughing my closet. So why? Oluwatimileyin, kindly raise your hand, please. Oluwatimileyin, kindly raise your hand. You must tell me the reason why you are laughing. Oluwatimileyin, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay, so
you are still laughing. You are still laughing. The concept is very simple. Please, I beg your pardon. Can you take that again? Of course, I will explain. I will not bother you with formula today. You understand what to do. That's all. Even if this is the only example we give today, and everybody understand it, you know me now, we will definitely cover the syllabus, but understand the very basic. If you understand it, then we have any textbook you take, you'll be able to solve it. So let me take it again. That the symbol for differentiation is the y dx. So we call this one derivative. We call it differentiation. And what do we do? To differentiate, first of all, identify your power. Identify your power. I have identified my power. 4. Identify the coefficients. I have identified the coefficients. I have identified the coefficients. 2. The rule says that I should multiply my power and coefficients. Then I write the variable I have there. This variable may not necessarily be x. It depends on whatever I want to put there. I may even change it to your own language now. I have this x. Then I go back to my power, minus 1. So in this context, what we are saying now is that the y, the x, my power is 4, multiplied by my coefficient, which is 2. I put that in brackets. I have x, my power is 4 minus 1. Final result, 8 x raised to power 3. That's the answer. Iretiola Zakaria. Sorry, kindly unmute yourself. Iretiola Zakaria, you raise your hand. Iretiola, it seems probably she raises her hand.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. I am with you.
Yeah, you asked if we understand that we should raise our hands.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So can I mute back or should I explain?
No, you don't have to explain.
All right.
Or except I give you another one. She has gone. Okay, Zakaria, kindly unmute yourself.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Let
Okay,
me
so
change the question.
okay,
So I want a response from you.
okay.
Suppose it is written as C equals 1/3
Hey God.
raised to power, say, 6. I need the C, the Q. What are we going to do?
1/3 multiplied by 6
1/3 multiplied by 6, correct?
raised to power 5. Raised to
Q
power
raised
C
to
minus
power
1. Q raised to power C minus 1.
6
6 minus 1.
Thank you. You got it right. You got it right. You got it right. This person, somebody wrote here, be shouting so simple. When you get to the root of the matter, we will be needing extra paper. No, that is not necessarily true. We try to make it as simple as possible. As simple as possible, we are going to make it that way. Honestly, calculus is not difficult. It's because the previous said some of our colleagues outside, they have problem with it. They now make it. Let me tell you a story. Sorry that I'm bringing in this story. When I got to University of Lagos here, there is one particular course that always gives student problem at 200 level. The course is real analysis. Real analysis. In fact, our senior in year 3 and year 4 then, oh, you need to hear what they told us about this course. So people are moving up and down, but I have this attitude that the worst thing that can happen is to have F. That has been my attitude. That's the worst thing. That one day I now told my colleagues that they failed the course in their set does not mean we are going to fail. They are never the same. They are never the same. And I asked Almighty God, we want it. In that course, I had 93%. Our referred Professor Adepoju, now retired, came to class to announce that since he has been taking that course, that will be the first time a student will score above 75. I'm not saying this to, how would I put it? I don't know the type of adjective I should use. But I got 93% in that course. However, my record did not last for more than 1 year. The following set, someone from computer science who did the same course had 98%, and that is the owner of that record till today. 98%. This is a course some people believe one cannot pass easily. So this course, very simple. You will see it. By the time you take the Zoom, you will differentiate calculus. Any rule I have not taught you, don't disturb yourself with the rule. Don't just disturb yourself with the rule. Let me move. So let us continue now. Having said this, you now need to note this. Remark, like I said, I will not give you any formula today. I will just take example, we illustrate, we play with them. So our next class, I will now give the formula. The formula that we are working with, I will give it to you. Because the formula can be set in the exam. So remark that derivative of a constant is 0. Full stop. Derivative of a constant is 0. What do I mean? If I have y equals 17, what is dy dx? Yes. The chat room should do that. A 0. is 0, is 0. That is that. Once it's a constant term, differentiate it. The answer is 0. You don't have to stress yourself at all. Someone's hand is up. Deborah, kindly unmute yourself, please.
Okay, so you've cleaned the question already. I was talking about the one of fraction, the one that
Okay,
had the
I can still write it. C equals 1/3 Q raised to power 6.
that's 6 times 1.
The what? Let's start with the
That's
representative.
the C the Q
The C the Q
equals to 6 times 1/3. Then
are you still there? It seems I lost that. Oh no, I think I lost out to that to the network. Sorry about that, Deborah, but thank you for attempting the class. I really love that. Thank you so much. Okay. Somebody raised, yes, that's the answer. 2Q raised to power 5. That's the answer. Now 2Q raised to power 5. So Q raised to power 6 minus 1. And the answer is 2Q raised to power 5. So let's go back to, I will rub up this. I will not rub up this. Let's go back to, suppose what I have there is 1,000. What is the answer? Differentiate 1,000. Chat room. Differentiate 1,000. Zero, 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 zero. Thank you. Now that we understand the basic thing, let me now take notation. Let me take notation so that now, if I don't want to write that question as y equals 2x raised to power 4, I can write it as d dx of 2x raised to power 4. You don't need to disturb yourself. It means the same thing. Only that the final result here will not be written as dy dx, but the formula states. What is the answer? The answer is 4 times 2 x raised to power 4 minus 1, which is 8s cubed. This one, if I want to write it in this notation form, it will be d dq, d dq. That is what I am differentiating with respect to of 1/3 q raised to power 6. You must not change your mind. You are still applying this formula. And the answer, you just put equal to 6 times 1/3 q raised to power 6 minus 1, which is the same thing as what? 2q raised to power 5. So that's another notation now. I have started introducing you. We have used 2 notation now. Y equals to this. Then d dx, if I don't want to write it that way, if I don't want to write it this way, I'll just say that what is d dx of this? You are still using your formula. Power multiplied by coefficients, power minus 1. Emmanuel, kindly unmute yourself.
Please, I have a question.
Ask your question, please.
So what if the power is 1? How will you do it?
Fantastic! Almighty God will bless you. I love that. What if the power is 1? What if the power is 1? Okay, since I will send the video, I don't want to rub off this. Emmanuel, don't go. You are the one that will answer that question. I will not answer it. I know you know me now. I will not answer. There's a question I will not answer. Suppose I have C equals to 24Q. Emmanuel, the C, the Q. Let us start. What's the power of your Q?
1.
1. Multiply by what?
The coefficient, that is
What's the
24.
coefficient?
24.
24. Then Q, what's the power originally?
1.
1. Minus what?
1.
Okay, final results. 1 times 24.
24.
24. Q, 1 minus 1.
0.
0. We move on. What is Q raised to power 0?
24.
Law of indices. Q raised to power 0. Yes, somebody has answered it here. Somebody has answered it here. Who is this person giving 10 marks here? Don't start that. Oh. How can you say 10 marks? Somebody has answered it here. Q raised to power 0 is 1 times 1. So 24 times 1. Final answer. That's your answer.
Okay, sir.
I decide to explain step by step. You can jump it. By the time we just understand the concept, when you are stabilized with the concept, I will now start teaching you how to jump. Instead of showing all these steps the way I'm writing there. Since you are just starting, let me do that. Olama, kindly unmute yourself.
Okay, sir, since the answer is 24, are we still going to follow the remark that is derivative of a constant is 0?
No.
And this 24 will now turn to 0?
No, you are not differentiating 24.
Okay.
You are different. Did you see what you are differentiating?
Okay,
This is
okay,
what you are
sir.
differentiating. And your final result becomes what?
24.
You stop it.
Okay.
However, if the original question was, did you see it? That
yes, sir.
raise Q.
Okay.
What is the answer of this one?
0.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
I hope you are able to see the difference.
Yes, I can.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Data finished. Sorry about that. So Adebayo Adepeju. Oh no, Lewis. Lewis. Since all this why? Where have you gone to? Yeah, Lewis, talk to me, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you? How have you been?
I've been fine, sir.
Were you in the last class?
Yes, sir.
I didn't take note of that.
You promised me that you are going to take this
I'm
again
going to
today.
what?
Yes. The other part you took today, you said you'll take it again.
Okay.
I was the one you promised, yes.
Okay.
So
thank you.
thank you, sir. My question is, the formula here is power times coefficient.
Yes.
But I noticed that sometimes when you want to solve this problem, sometimes you put coefficient times power. Sometimes you put power times coefficient. Does it have a pattern, or we can just pick anyone first?
Anyone can come first. Since it is Lewis, just hold on, so that you know that
Okay,
anyone can come first. Lewis, 2 times 4. What's the answer?
8, sir.
4 times 2?
It's still 8.
Is what?
8.
8. So irrespective of what comes first, since you are multiplying, It can be power times coefficient, and it can be what?
Coefficient times power.
Times what? Times 1.
Power.
We are going to get the same answer
Answer.
because it is multiplication.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that observation. Elijah, kindly unmute yourself, please. I have about 12 minutes left. Elijah, kindly unmute yourself. Yes, it seems the network. Elijah, I'm sorry. Type your question in the chat room. I will take it up from there. Adebayo Adepeju, kindly unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes.
Adebayo.
Sir, please, is it possible we are equals to x raised to power 4 and we're not given the coefficient?
Thank you. That's a very good question. Thank you very much, Adebayo. Is it possible? Yes.
Like,
Let
can the
me
question
above this. I still want to leave my formula the way it is. I want to leave the formula. What if we are given y equals to x raised to power 18? That is the question Adebayo asked. Is that not? Adebayo?
Yes, sir.
Now, you will be the one to answer the question. I will not answer it. I will only guide you. The y, the x equals, what is our power?
18.
18. 18. Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Multiply by, what is the coefficient of this?
Oh, 1.
1.
Okay.
You have seen it? 1.
Yes.
X raised to power, then what do we do?
Raised to power 1. Raised to power 18 minus 1.
18 minus 1. What would that be the final result? 18 times 1.
Yes, 18.
X raised to power 18 minus 1.
17.
Final answer. Thank you for that brilliant question. I really love that. Thank you so much. Kuforiji, kindly unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
So I want to ask, like, this y is equal to 2x raised to power 4. What if we have 0 as the power?
What if we have 0 as the power?
Yes.
Don't go. You are going to answer that question yourself. Don't mind me tonight. I am behaving like an African man who uses question to answer question because I know you know it. Any question you ask me that I know, no, you know this question, but maybe you are not taking that direction. I will allow you to answer the question directly. Let me take it. Y equals to 2x raised to power 0. 2 ways to this question. Way 1, y dx, follow what you are given. What is the power?
The power is 0.
0 times, what's the coefficient?
Coefficient is 2.
2.
Yes.
X, what's the power?
0.
0 minus what?
Minus 1.
1. Thank you. Is 0 multiplied by 2?
It is 0.
Is 0. Multiplying x raised to power is 0 minus 1?
Minus 1.
Minus 1.
Yes.
Is 0 times x raised to power minus 1?
0.
0. Final answer. Now, second way to see this question. You have it as a y 2x raised to power 0. Is that not?
Yes.
What is x raised to power 0?
1.
1. 2 times 1?
Is equal to 2.
That is 2. So what are you trying
Yes.
to differentiate here?
The constant.
a constant. Thank you. And what will be the final result? Derivative of any constant is 0. So that's the answer. It's as simple as that. Do you understand it now? So thank you so much. Now, finally for today, let me now combine so many things on the board. You raise hand, I'll drop off my formula. Anyway, let me write the formula somewhere. You tell me what we are going to do. So we have said that y dx is power multiplied by coefficients, then x raised to power, what do we have? Power minus 1. So let me write a very long y equals to 4s cubed minus 7s squared plus 15x minus 8 plus 1 over x plus square root of x minus 1 over square root of x, or even let me say 2 over square root of x. I know some people will laugh now. I know some people will laugh. Please don't be afraid that, what type of question? No, this question is extremely simple. Extremely simple. Now, let us guide ourselves one after the other. The first thing you are going to do is to ensure that all our x carries power. All of them. All our x must carry power. So what do we do? I will write this one as y, 4x raised to power 3, 7s squared, 15x minus 8. So this is where I will start from. Law of indices, we make this one x raised to power minus 1. I have helped you at that point. I know it is not assignment. It is never assignment. We are going to solve it here together. Blood is blood. Let me write, sorry. Y equal 4x cubed minus 7x squared plus 15x minus 8 plus law of indices here, x raised to power minus 1. I have done that one. The next one, what will be the power of x? Anybody, please? If you know it's the chat room, and if you want to say the answer, you can raise your hand. What should be the power of x? 2, no. Look at it very well. No, no, no. I'm reading the chat room. No, no. Something special. No. Okay, I will help you. Let me help you. It seems we have forgotten the law of indices that guides that. Okay. Did you see this one as x raised to power 1? In fact, don't let me put this one. Let me just put there. 1 over 2 square root. Do you remember that? That square root of any number is to the power of half. Yes. So that's all. Though. We cannot differentiate. Your differentiation will not be 1 by 1, 1 by 1, 1 by 1 till you conclude. That's all. So dy dx will now equals to, I take this one. I will take the first one, then you raise your hand if you want to answer the remaining one. I will go by my formula. 3 times 4, 12. X raised to power 2 minus, yes. How do we attempt this? Anyone from the house, raise your hand. Esther, kindly unmute yourself. Esther.
2 minus 2 times 7.
14.
Raised to power x raised to power 1.
1. Thank you.
X raised to power 1. That's minus.
From this hand, let me take the next one. Yes. Adepoju Latifat. Kindly unmute yourself. Sorry, Adepoju Latifat. Kindly unmute yourself. Latifat.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you now, sir.
I can't hear you very well. The network is not good.
Hello?
Yes, you are on now.
Oh, my network is bad. Yes, my network is bad. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's 0, sir.
No, you are differentiating this.
Oh, okay. So that's 3x.
That's what? Latifa, the network is not friendly. Is not friendly with you, please. I'm sorry. Let me take this, my brother, Emmanuel Eche. Kindly unmute yourself, Emmanuel Eche.
Yes, sir. The answer is 15.
The answer is 15.
Yeah.
You are too sharp. Oh. Tell us how you obtain your own 15. I agree the answer is 15, but can you guide us on how you obtain your 15? Emmanuel, kindly unmute yourself again, please. Guide us on how you obtain your 15.
Yeah, it's x raised to power 15. When 1 multiplied by 15 is 15, then x
1
raised to
multiplied
power
by 15 is 15. Yes, I agree.
X raised to power 1 minus 1.
Yes.
0.
Is 0.
Yes. And that 0, x raised to power 0 is 1, and 1 times 15 is 15.
Thank you so much. You get it right. Now, the next person now, somebody else, that person has, now, can the 2 class rep raise their hand? I want the 2 class rep now to raise their hand. The 2 class rep, please raise your hand. Oba, kindly unmute yourself. You are going to answer 2 questions.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, how are you? What is the answer to this one?
0, sir.
0. Thank you. Minus 1 now. The correct one is 50. What's the answer to this one? The network. Network is not friendly. Network is not friendly.
Minus 1.
Sorry about that. Who will help us out? Oba, you can type your answer in the chat room. The network from your side is not friendly. Yes. Let's quickly respond to that. What will be the, just follow the rule. You are still following the rule. If you want to solve it, Esther, kindly unmute yourself, please. Esther.
I want to try.
Yes, try. We always have
it will be minus 1 times 1 in the bracket.
Minus 1 times 1, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Then outside it will be x minus 1 minus 1.
Thank you. You get it right. Clap yourself from there. Let me hear your hand very well. So that is good. 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 So plus Olama, kindly raise your hand. Sorry, unmute yourself, brother. Olama, kindly unmute yourself. Olama. Okay, in order not to waste our time, okay, Oba, raise your hand again, please. Kindly unmute yourself, Oba.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. The network is okay now. Now, what's the answer to the last one?
1 times
1/2, yes. X is power half. I fairly pick that one. -1. Thank you. Thank you. You can now see that although the question looked very long, it is very simple. You only take them one. I differentiate this. I'm not saying that you should take all of them to differentiate. You take them term by term, term by term, term by term. Adebayo, kindly raise your hand. Adebayo Adepeju. Let me know what you mean by take that part again. Yes.
Okay, sir. Sorry, please. From that 0, my network went off.
Oh,
so I did not.
Yeah, just hold on. You will be the one to answer it. I will not answer. I have x raised power -1. Are you there, Debeju?
Yes, sir.
I want to differentiate this. Let's take the formula again. What is the power?
-1.
-1. What's
Yes.
the coefficient here?
1.
Times 1. X. What is the power?
-1.
Then what are you going to do with power?
We are subtracting it by 1.
You are subtracting 1.
So please, I can't see the screen again.
Yes, the screen will be on now. Did you see it?
Yes.
So that's the answer. That's how we
Okay.
do it. Similarly, this also half.
Yes.
Let me write this one this way. The person did it directly. Half times 1 x raised to power half -1. So our final result, finally, and that's where I will stop tonight. 12x squared minus 14x plus 15. Of course, if 0 means nothing there, that one is off. -1 times 1 minus x raised to power -2. Half times 1 is 1/2. X raised to power half -1 minus half. Final results. That is where I will draw the curtain of today's class. Thank you all for participating in today's class. Your assignment. I won't give you an assignment. Pick any textbook of your choice. It may be secondary school textbook, New General Mathematics. It can be foreign maths textbook. All you want to do is pick polynomial. Differentiate whatever polynomial you have. Not necessarily any calculus textbook. You pick a textbook like this on my table. I open it, I see a polynomial. For instance, now, the one I see here, x squared plus 3x plus 4. I put it, x squared plus 3x plus 4. Differentiate that. Let me see your result. That's how you practice. That's how you practice. So anyone you are unable to differentiate, you cannot bring it to the next class. All of us will see it, then we guide ourselves on what and what to do in order to solve that problem. So till next class we are going to meet, I wish you all the best in this course and other course. Thank you so much for attending, and bye for now.